Oh.
I ever do on this channel, but I feel like it's about time that I address a lot of the videos that have been going around of me boxing Michael Reeves, me losing, and I've noticed that those videos have now received millions of views, and I've yet to watch that video.
Oh.
Afterwards especially is like when you feel the real injuries and like the real dizziness.
Listen, for those unaware, there was a charity boxing match. It was called Creator Clash, and back in November, iDubbbz Ian approached me and asked if I wanted to participate and fight Michael Reeves. You know, within a few weeks, I called him back and I said, hey, you know what, I'm in. And I called Michael right after that. And I'm like, hey, Michael, I make me feel better before I like 100% commit to this. Like, how are you feeling about this?
Guys, for those of you who don't know, I've been binging and I finally finished all 5 seasons of the reality TV show Selling Sunset, which is based on like a real estate company with like with their real agents, and it's called the Oppenheim Group, and they're based and located in LA. I was literally watching like season 4. God, it's so easy to binge. It's so great. It's like really pretty houses and then crazy bitches.
Natsumiii.
You just can't go wrong with it. Like, you can't go wrong with it. Like, crazy bitches and really pretty houses, they go together. I don't know. They discovered a great formula, and it's so good to binge. It's so good to have on when I'm like doing the dishes, cooking, just sitting on the TV with friends, like sitting on the couch with friends, watching like after stream. Like, I don't know. It's just great. It's so good. It's so good. And there's 5 seasons of it. I finished the 5th season today. I was watching like season 4 and I saw Graham there somewhere. And I was like, I took a screenshot. No, I took a picture of my TV and I sent it to like Lily and Jamie, and I'm like, isn't this the guy that Michael was boxing? 5 seasons? Yeah. I was like, isn't this that guy? And like, I even have, oh my God, let me show you guys the picture. It's like in the middle of the episode, I'm like, are my eyes deceiving me or like what? Oh my God, right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me lower the brightness here. In the middle. That's him. Oh, okay, it's so blurry. It's not even focused. But that's him in the middle. Hello, focus. Anyways, that's him in the middle, right? It's not focusing. How do I make it focus? Focus. Oh, there we go. Oh no, it focused for like a second. Hello? Oh, no. Right here. No. Come on, focus. Focus. Okay, life is a blur. Camera needs glasses. Anyway, so I saw him in the middle of the show. And I had no idea, but Jamie ended up telling me like he does a lot of real estate, and like apparently he works with or works for the Oppenheim Group. So I was just like, oh, that is so interesting. I didn't expect to see him in like as a cameo in like the show. He didn't say anything in any of the scenes. He was like, he just existed. But I would randomly see him at like house parties or like in the pool, and I was like, huh? Anyways.
I think just hearing his hesitation as well made me feel comfortable that like, okay, he's not going to, you know, just go like haywire or anything like that. But when I started training, I think I severely underestimated absolutely everything to do with boxing.
That's epically difficult, especially with how nervous you and I both were. That's a feat to just agree to this at all. So
the day
Selling
of,
Sunset.
we all get there a little early and we look around. I'm looking around at this huge center with like 10,000 people are going to be there. I think at that point, I went into this daze where it's like I knew I had to just do it, but I was so nervous, I was so scared that by the time I was about to walk out,
oh my God,
it's so surreal, but there was this feeling of just like enthusiasm, excitement, and calmness because I was finally going to get it over with. I get there, the bell goes off, and I have to say, the only thing that went through my mind was, I have to finish this as soon as possible. Everything you learn, I hate to say, it goes out the door. Like, once you hear the crowd and the people, and you see the cameras, I think there's nothing that could have fully prepared me for that.
During the fight was some lizard brain. I don't even know what happened. That was some lizard brain, yeah.
So how about this? I'm going to watch the video. Wow, it's interesting to see the commentary. My heart is pounding, by the way. I know I mentioned it before, but I've been avoiding this video because I did not want to watch it.
Round number 1. Jabs right away from Michael Reeves, Graham, as well.
I just wanted to be the one to make the first move and throw more punches because I believe the more punches I threw, the higher the chance I'd land a hit, you know?
Pressure from Grant, Stephan, look at that.
Dude, Michael was
great
crazy.
Technique, and that's something that you could tell he crouches down the closer he gets to me, whereas I'm not doing that. I should have been doing that.
It felt completely, I don't remember doing most of that.
That's crazy.
It's just, yeah, it's crazy to see, like, what other people saw, because it was a complete different thing.
Right hand to the body, Stephan.
Damn. I feel like that also just shows, I can kind of relate in a sense where, like, okay, it's a completely different thing, but I used to major in piano, right? And I did a lot of like competitions and recitals, and like what it feels as the person in the moment, like performing or playing, or even like here in boxing, is completely different from what other people see as a viewer. Because like even like when I'm on stage and I'm playing in my recital, I feel like I'm playing at turtle speed. But then I listen to like a video and the audio of myself playing, and I'm freaking pee meltdown. Like, I am playing so fast. But in my in my mind and my body, it felt like turtle speed. Like, I was so slow. I was so slow. In my mind, it felt so. It like when I listened to myself, I was like, oh, I don't think. And then at some point, I'm like, dude, you know what's crazy is like you practice so many hours, you train so many hours, right? As like an athlete or boxing or piano or whatever your art is or sport. And at some point, it's just like motor memory. It's like your body remembers. Like literally, sometimes I'll be playing something, my fingers are going, like they're just going away. And my mind is just like, I wonder what I should have for dinner. Maybe I'll have like teriyaki. And my finger is still going. Like, I'm playing beautifully. Like, my fingers are playing the right notes. They're definitely going. Like, you know, my fingers, they're going. They're playing the right things. But my mind is like not really there. And then I'll come back and I'll be like, oh shit, where was I? You know, like, where was I? Oh yeah, here I am, you know? And I feel like I can relate to what Micheal said, and like what he felt in the moment versus like what other people see or saw is completely different. And that's why the amount of training, the amount of hours, the amount of practice that you put in is so freaking important, because your body remembers how to do something. And so like when I saw like Micheal boxing like this, I was like, holy shit, how much did he fucking train? He trained so hard. His body learned to do so many of these things, like almost like natural reflex, which means like he literally like trained so much.
Deafening.
That's interesting. I didn't even remember people chanting Michael's name. It's so weird, but like
and yeah, when you're in the moment,
like
you just don't.
And I remember the coach saying like, you gotta listen to me. I'm going to be yelling at you. Just listen to my voice. It may as well have been silent. I don't remember a single thing.
Not just behind nothing but nice jabs. Three jabs from Michael Reeves. And Grant acknowledges all three.
It's so funny. Watching this brings, like, I forgot everything. And then as I'm watching this, these memories are popping into my head. And I remember seeing the look on his face, how serious he was.
Oh my
and
God.
how, like, and Michael's funny. Like, he's a lighthearted, like, humorous, charismatic guy. And to see a stone-cold face of him just, like, angry and just serious,
Monka.
It scared me, because I had never seen him like that.
Aww.
Very interesting
Yeah, I remember that bell went off, and I was so happy that it's like one round is down.
You see Graham come in, double jab, triple jab his way in.
And that's the right hand, though.
And again, the counter off of it, and you see
Oof.
right here in the corner, Michael
The
Reeves still
1-2.
saying that right hand's landing.
Yes, I was just going to say.
Yeah, Micheal has a fantastic right hand. I did not throw my right hand. I kept jabbing to push him back, but I should have followed that up with the right hand. I didn't. Oh, you could literally see his trainer saying, jab, jab, right hook. So what his trainer is doing is watching how I'm fighting and then saying, here's how you could counter that. And the one thing my trainer said is, you never want to stay too consistent with your punches because they'll be able to learn from that and then go around them.
More volume from Graham, but again, even landing rate.
The harder punches were landed by
I think they stopped in the second round, right? Because he got like some.
This is the one this is the round I lost.
Yeah, the second round.
He's trying to put that pressure and
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was it. So when that hit, I'd never been hit in my head like that ever in my entire life, and that threw. I was not prepared for that one. Was the strangest
Shocking.
sensation because it just feels like for a split second, everything goes black and then bloop, comes right back.
Whoa.
And that was something for me that
That's crazy.
I needed probably 20 seconds to recover from that.
Holy.
You don't have 20 seconds, but that was a very strange sensation that I've never had.
Brain is rattled.
It's stunned and left hook to the body.
Ah.
Oh yeah, when Micheal went in right there and just kind of back and forth, I knew he was gearing up for something, and he didn't seem tired. I know you're never supposed to show that you're tired, and even if you are, but he just seemed like he was just getting going.
Right onto the shot.
Yeah. Michael like ramped up.
Referee's taking a close look. Big right.
Oh my gosh.
And that is
Wow. Oh, hold on, let's finish this.
Michael Reeves.
There's that demon you were talking about. That demon you were
The creeper.
So how about this?
mouth
It would be
guard.
interesting to get
Hello.
his side of the story because I don't think anyone's heard from Michael Reeves, well, until now.
After the fight, I was just happy it was over. I was just happy that it was done. That, like, so thankful. I don't think I've ever been that relieved in my
I
life.
think it's like visible too, like the fatigue that the fighters like, or for the creators obviously, because they're not professional boxers or anyone besides like Dr. Mike or whoever his name was, I don't remember, who like boxed for like 10 years, but like nobody there was a veteran, you know, like everybody was brand new, like they just trained for like 6-7 months or 5-6 months, whatever, for this. And he's not a professional, but he still like boxed for like 10 years, and that's more than anybody else there, right? That's, I mean, okay, listen, if you boxed or if you do anything for 10 years, like that's experience. You don't have to be professional, you know, like you will still have an upper hand on many opponents who just started for like 5-6 months. You know, like 10 years is a long time. That's a long freaking time. It doesn't even matter like if he only like boxed for like, I don't know, 1 month out of those 10, like, I don't know, 2 months out of those 10 years, there's still a lot more time over, right? And you could tell he had experience. Like he was just like taking his time. Like he wasn't like tiring himself out. Like he was just like focused on, you know, like getting whatever hits he could, and it was like very like technical looking. But I was gonna say with a lot of the creators who, in a lot of their matches when I was watching, you could visibly see the fatigue. Like you could see like them losing like the form, like how tight they're supposed to be, or like guarding their face or whatnot. Like they started like loosening up, and they were just trying to like throw punches. Like they were just trying to muster the strength and the stamina to even like toss out their arm. And it's like so tiring to like keep your arms up all the time. I don't know if you guys ever do like those stupid exercises where like, yeah, keep your arms up like this, you know, and just like do hoops and loops and like, you know, do this way and then do this way. But like even when you do this, it's like even with like just the weight of your arms and your hands, it's like freaking tiring. Now imagine like keeping your arms up like this, or like, you know, whatever up here, and like with the gloves too, right? Like it's so tiring, and like you can visibly see how fatigued they all are during the matches.
Life of something. So that was nice. I think we got kind of lucky by being in the first one because no one knew what to expect. Imagine like the people who will be in 2 probably have to train for like a year. That's some nerve-wracking. That's extra bad. It's just, yeah, it's crazy to see like what other people saw because it was a complete different thing. Yeah, you gotta
It
hit
is
the
one
like
match
button.
per
You gotta give it a little uppercut on the like
creator.
button.
I'd also like to get my trainer's perspective on this because seeing all of this again puts things in an entirely different perspective.
I thought Graham was very dedicated because it's obvious for me. I saw firsthand how busy he is just through his normal daily life of doing what he does, and he does it very well. So to take time and set aside from what you normally do to do something that's out of your comfort zone, it's a very difficult thing, and it's hard to kind of guess and judge how much time I really need to put into this.
Yeah, you needed to pay to
balance
watch.
out
It was
with
pay
what
per
I
view.
normally do. It's so easy
I
to
mean,
criticize
now there's
somebody
probably a
that's
lot of
there
like
without
stuff that
knowing
got
where they
uploaded,
started,
but
without knowing
at that time it was
the
pay per view.
corrections that have already been made, without knowing like, okay, we've planned to do this, this, and this, and all of a sudden the fight is something a little bit different. So now we have to make adjustments. Honored to be part of it, and even more respect for you to do what you did. I'm not even sure
Like
I
how
would
the
have done
tank
that.
top
So
is an
that was
American
great.
flag.
And of course, we got to thank the people who made all of this possible to begin with, iDubbbz and Anissa.
So far, I think we've raised close to
Holy.
$1 million
Oh, wow.
for all the charities involved. One of the
Nice.
reasons that this event
God,
I
his
think was a
eyes.
success is no one had any idea
So bruised.
who was bringing the heat. You know, it was still 50-50. Everyone subscribe to Graham Stephan. He is a champ. He is a warrior. I thought like he looked like he was gonna vom in the locker room, but he came out there swinging. And I don't know. I'm super happy with you participating in the event. It just made it so much better. So thank you, Graham.
So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to subscribe and if you're new to the channel and you want to learn about personal finance, investing, building wealth, all that great stuff, I'm here. So if you
Wait, was there some? What is this? Oh God, not the crypto. What does this say?
Where I had to have my guard and pants pulled down by my trainer's friend because they gloved me up and I had to pee. And that was just so funny that it was like, it made me feel a little better.
You guys better subscribe. See what comes next. Please, just subscribe. That's all I ask.